Welcome to Chinman Rides. Today we are doing the review of the CB650F that we have for our series Buy It, Sell It, Make Money on It. Again, I still haven't got a name for it, but that will do for now. I've already had my thoughts about how I think this looks in the stylings in that video in which we explain what the bike is. So before we get into that, we'll give you some specs. This is an inline 4, liquid cooled. It's got a very similar engine to the CB650R. Only difference is the tuning slightly different. We haven't ridden the CB650R, so we can't really tell you exactly how different the engine is, but we do know that this develops 6 bhp less, so this does 86, whereas the 650R does, what, about 92. So that's a quick spec info on this. It comes in, what, 4 different colours, I think?
I think so, yeah. That's my favourite, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I like the grey, yeah.
I prefer the
carbon fibre.
I prefer the white and red with the gold wheels. The faux fibre.
Faux fibre, yeah, not the carbon fibre.
Yeah, the carbon fibre.
That's the one.
If you haven't seen the video yet, we'll explain what that is. Go check that out. In terms of looks, do you like it as it is?
Yeah, I think stock, it's a nice looking bike from the front, from the back. Personally, if it was mine, I'd maybe put a tail tidy on here, but I mean, by the by, completely stock. I think it's a really nice looking bike from all angles.
That was dull. Thanks for that input. We'll get to the riding now. Welcome to the road with me in 38. 38 is going first, and this is essentially our first impressions.
So today we are reviewing, test riding the Honda CBF 650. First time I've ridden it. Tell a lie, I actually took it for an MOT the other day. But first impressions is really comfortable. It's a nice upright sitting position. Everything's in the right place. I'm a short guy, as you can probably see already. Very comfortable, very nimble at low speeds. So we're just going to take a run up the road, grab a bite to eat and let you know what we think. And then Chin's going to ride it back. First time I've ever ridden with Chin as well, so see how it goes. That sounds nice, that BMW. Got to try not get lost in the ride and remember that Chin's riding with me as well. Definitely very, very nimble, easy to maneuver at low speed. Would make an ideal commuter bike, I should imagine. Hopefully this microphone is not picking up as much wind noise as my helmet makes, although it is a windy day today. He says looking around and none of the trees are moving. I mean, for the money that we paid for it, this is an absolutely fantastic ride.
It's at this point 38's camera stopped working, and it's essentially because he keeps touching himself, and it's because of that the dinosaurs died. Right, so we just swapped. I was on the Speedy review, coming for that soon. Just got to check hair, my eyes, because I was twitchy. Instantly the throttle is far more sensitive than on that Speedy, which is weird. Brakes are good, but then it's got it's got way less weight than the Speedy does. Just pressed the horn by accident, so I look cool as fuck then. The throttle is quite responsive. Like I said, shouldn't really have just come from a what's the word, a 1050R onto this, because the difference is massive. Like the weight difference is incredible. It feels like I'm almost on a, what's the word for something that's thin? A stick. Everything about it, like handlebars, sorry, the width of the actual bike itself is just quite thin, which is a good thing, especially if you want like a commuter, sorry. Gear change is nice to put around on. Actually, it's a nice seating position. This is Minehead, my hometown. I'll tell you what, it's gonna sound weird, but it's very well poised, and because it's so light, it's so easy to ride at very, very slow speeds. I was about to say that and then had to brake pretty hard for someone. Don't know if you can see, that's the Speed Triple R behind us. Very quiet. The vision in these two are actually really pretty good. But then I'm used to riding my Diavel, which has those N-bar ends, which are N-bar mirrors, which aren't the best. Oh, and I just knocked my microphone off. Bollocks. As you can probably tell, this is our first review on the bikes like this, which is probably why it's so bollocks. It's fucking shit. We can't get 38's camera to fucking work. Look, I hate GoPros. I've been on YouTube for a long time now, and on my main channel I've got 200,000 followers, and I stopped using GoPros years ago because they're so bollocks. So here we go again. Can't remember what I was saying before. Oh yeah, bar end mirrors. So these have got great visibility, very good visibility. It's a nice little bit of poke. I mean, there's obviously not the torque that I'm used to there, but it's not bad, and it's not lazy in any way. It's a very comfortable ride, if I'm honest. I think I could chew up hours on this. The seating position, I wouldn't say it's got a nice seating position. It's not too overly bent forward at all. In fact, it's not. And probably because I'm getting fucking old that I'm appreciating the fact that it's more upright. This is just a nice, comfortable commuter's bike. I was just trying to get its distance, so when we come onto this bit here right now, I'm going to put it into second, and I'm just going to pin the throttle a little bit. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it's quick. I keep it in the high rev, so I'm going to drop it down a bit more, and then I mean, it's pretty easy to keep the front down. See, this guy in front of me is only doing 40 miles an hour in a 60. Fan-fucking-tastic. We'll see if we can dust him, as long as we're safe. Tell you what, I know it's not really needed if you're putting around, but a gear indicator would be nice. Let's go. If this was my first bike, it'd be fucking brilliant. I think if this was my first bike, it might actually be a bit too powerful. I'm all a big advocate of small, work your way up, rather than throw yourself onto a 600, and that's just purely from a safety perspective. I didn't do that, if I'm honest. I went straight to 600s. I mean, I massively regret going to 600s straight off, because there's so much I didn't know, and because of that I made so many silly mistakes, and it's just lucky that none of them were massively serious. But I think if I had a smaller engine bike to begin with, it would have been better. But if this was first bike, I think it's fucking brilliant. I know I keep contradicting myself, but I'm the one doing the review, so when we go past it, I'll pin it again and let's see what happens. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna go. there's still sort of, there's no real power curve, which I think is good. There's no like jolt of power, so you're never worried about stepping out too much, if you know what I mean. You forget how much fun you can have on the smaller bikes. I can't stand that mega Chad thing of, oh, it's only 600, why don't you get a proper bike, 1,000? Well done, mate. People who say that normally die on those thousands because they've gone straight to 1,000 instead of being sensible. Again, if there are actually very talented people I know who are far better riders than me that went straight to 1,000, if I'm honest. Just, I'm not that talented, and most people aren't, if they're honest. So far, I'm really enjoying this. Would I buy it? Oh, I don't know. Would I? Would I buy it? Probably not. What would I get instead? I would honestly get a CBR600 RR or something for the same price. So this you can pick up for about 3,500. You can get, I know it's a much older bike, but a 2006 CBR RR. But that's just me, and I don't commute on my bike. And it's literally just a toy for me. It's a toy, that sounds creepy, doesn't it? Literally just a hobby rather than a form of transport. I think the one thing about 600, 650 like this is that it's really easy to keep under the limit. You're definitely not going to lose your license with it. The clutch and gearbox is really nice, actually. Very nice and smooth. Got a nice satisfying click. Going to natural speed limit applies. 1 second. That's third. And I think if this was going to be your first bike, because of the seating position, it makes you feel a bit more connected with the bike, so it makes you a bit more confident in the corners. That right there is so close to the fucking indicator button. It's because right there is where it's on the speedy. So I keep beeping people like a fucking idiot. Oh, fuck's sakes.
And that's it for the ride. Back to the driveway.
Your first thoughts on the bike?
My first thoughts on the bike were, it's a really comfy riding position. It's not overly fast. I think it would make an ideal bike for a beginner. I don't know, you disagreed. You said the horsepower is probably a little bit too much.
I don't think the horsepower is too much. I just think it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit, not in terms of too much to handle. I just think you should start with a smaller bike.
Like a 500, say. Twin, like a 500.
Maybe even 250.
Or 300.
300. Maybe just a smaller bike. I just feel that the power you can get out of that just begs a new rider to ride too fast.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, on the straight, yeah. If you pin it from a very slow speed or pulling away, yeah, I suppose you could get yourself into quite a bit of trouble with that.
You could. But I mean, you could do that on any bike, really.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just think that that's going to pick up a bit more speed, a bit too quick, and then a new rider isn't going to be able to handle how quickly a distance can close.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a car slowing down a bit too quickly. I don't know, that's just me.
I mean, it was a really nice, comfortable ride. I thought the seat was really nice. The handlebar riding position was really nice. The foot peg position is perfect. I think it'll make an ideal commuter bike if somebody needs a daily to work every day.
I mean, you could go to easily do a shop on it, put a back box on it, and that'll be fine.
Don't ever talk to me about back box. We'll cut that bit out. Nobody
Why?
puts a back box on the back of a motorbike.
Why?
Don't talk about it. Just
I'm fully going to put a back box on every single bike.
put it on the back of your K.
I will do.
that.
I will do. I'll get a Panigale and back box it. It is a bit vanilla, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It is completely vanilla. But I think that's what it's aimed at being. I think it does what it's designed to do. I think it does it quite well.
Agreed. I think the handling's actually pretty good for what it is. Like, especially, this is what I was saying, is for new riders, because you're such into the engine a little bit more, it gives you the confidence, like you're connected to the bike to go into a corner. Whereas sometimes if you start on a super sport like I did, I started on R6, you're a bit higher up and you kind of feel like you're your lean angle is going to take the bike over.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Whereas on something like that, where you're sat a bit further down, you don't feel that like the centre of gravity is too far off, and it can build you that confidence.
For sure, yeah. Definitely, there's definitely a confidence building bike.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so I think we can both agree that if you're going to start on a bike and you want something powerful, I think this is a good place to start.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think if you were an experienced rider, I think you'd probably find the limits of the bike quite quickly.
Massively.
Probably within a day.
Yeah, I mean,
I should imagine.
we didn't take it out for that long, probably about an hour each.
Hours each, yeah.
I'll be honest, after about 20 minutes, I was a little bit...
You were bored.
I was bored, but not bored in terms of I want to go home. A little bit like rewatching Friends.
Yeah.
Like it's still
You've
good.
seen it before, but
I
it's
understand
still good.
I know what's coming,
Yeah.
and it gives me a little bit of a smirk. But that's as far as it goes. I'll never get that chuckle.
Oh no, that'll never make you giggle. Like.
But I think that's a good analogy, actually. It's like watching an episode of Friends.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep that in.
I will do.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You're welcome. I'll let you keep that in.
What are your main criticisms of the bike?
I don't think I could. Like I said, personally, it does exactly what Honda wanted it to do. It fits the market where it's supposed to be. I mean, you don't like the looks.
No,
Do you?
I like the look. I don't like the front, the headlight.
Right.
Let's not get this twisted. The
Okay.
side, from the
Twistable.
side, I think it's a really nice looking bike.
Yeah. One thing I will say about it that I noticed, it felt very nimble to me. It felt like it had a short wheelbase. It's not too heavy because obviously it's not covered in plastics like a fairing is, like a sports bike would be. Obviously it's got the weight of a 4-cylinder in there, but it's like I'm short, I'm 5'4", and it's like when you're on it, you don't even notice the weight. And to move it around the yard, it's not a problem to move about. That's another reason why I think it's a good beginner's bike, because of how nimble it is and how easy it is to get around, say somebody's riding through a town.
I would say it's nimble like...
Don't bring in the cats, okay?
No, I'm not going to bring in cats. I was going to bring in cats. It's nimble, but it feels like a much lighter bike than it is.
Yeah.
Again, because I came straight off a triple, a Speedy. So maybe that's why I felt the difference so much.
Yeah.
When I came off that and went straight on that, I'll be honest, it felt a bit like a toy. Like really, really thin. The handlebars themselves felt thin.
Yeah. And the first thing I thought, because we swapped bikes, so we were out on the Speed Triple 1050R and this as well. And I think the thicker bars on the 1050 probably come from the Oxford heated grips.
You say that though.
Because this has got grips, the heated grips built in, hasn't it?
1 second. I got a CBR Fireblade here. No. Yeah, they are thin. They're not overly thin though.
That's not a negative. I don't think.
No. It was just something that I noticed. It was just an odd feeling, going for something so big and then having something so tiny. The brakes are absolutely fantastic. They're fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like that is going to stop you. You're going to go well over the handlebars long before
you hit anything.
you hit anything. Yeah.
It's got twin rotors on the front,
Like
which
it's
is overkill, I think. But
Massively.
do you think it feels smooth? I thought the engine felt quite smooth.
Engine's really smooth.
Yeah.
Not much vibration. I noticed that my hands didn't feel tingly or anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you ride bikes and you think, fuck, this wants to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, I need you alive, mate. This is
Yeah.
a relationship.
Yeah.
We're going to work on this together and you're going to find out what I like, what you don't like. And then you're going to trade me in for a newer model eventually. I mean, that's just life. But
overall, though, I think for what it is, I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and I think it does it really well.
I think, you know what this is?
What?
If this was a sandwich, it'd be a ham and pickle. Like,
No,
you're
'cause I
never
can't-
disappointed. Never disappointed with a ham and pickle sandwich. You don't like pickle, do you?
I can't stand pickle, no.
Right.
Just say ham sandwich.
No, because
Ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese. Where's the sauce? Get your head out your ass.
Oh, pickles. Right, like a Branston's. I thought you meant like actual pickles.
Even then, pickles are delicious.
No, pickles are disgusting.
They're fucking
No.
epic. Get
We'll have a
out.
fight
Get
about
out. Yeah, we will.
Oh no, like a Branston's just regular
Yeah.
pickle. Yeah, ham and pickle sandwiches.
Yeah, ham
nice,
and pickle. Right, let's start from the top. This is basically an egg mayonnaise sandwich. This is
Yes.
what he's about to say. He doesn't like
Yes,
mayonnaise.
no, I love egg mayonnaise. Yeah.
Oh, right, I hate mayonnaise, but
Cress?
I love egg
We're going to
mayonnaise.
put some cress in the sandwich?
No thanks.
What about rocket?
Do I look like I eat salad?
No.
Exactly.
I didn't even hesitate with the no either, did I? Just went straight
Yeah,
in.
you went straight in. Thank you. I'm not going to cry about that later. You're not going to be disappointed with it. If someone gives it to you, you're actually deep down stoked about it. But if you go to a restaurant, you're not going to be ordering an egg mayonnaise sandwich.
Okay.
You know?
I can relate, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to want something more substantial. Not just that, just a little bit tastier.
Right.
You know, this isn't quite spicy enough.
Sure.
Having said that, though, I came back off it and I was smiling.
So out of 10, what would you give it?
An 8 out of 10.
8 out of
Personally,
10.
if I was going to get a commuter, I'd want it to have more power.
Yeah. Give something a bit bigger.
Yeah, but in terms of comfort, it's fucking lovely. It really is. It's not loud either. That exhaust really does its job, no matter how ugly it is.
It's hard to say because it fits a specific niche in the market, right? And you've got to be looking for that specific niche.
Yeah, but
in
that's
the
why I said
market.
for commuters,
Yeah.
8 out of 10. But for a bike that I would own across the board, I'd say 5 out of 10.
I think that's a bit harsh, but
I know, I think it's fine. If, right, 6, yeah?
6 is fair, yeah.
No, to me,
Oh,
a
okay.
6 would be a Bandit 12.
Is a 6?
Is a 6.
Okay.
Way more fun.
Oh, for sure. But why only a 6 for a Bandit? Anyway, we won't talk about that because it's a completely different video. We'll see if we can find a Bandit.
We'll see if we can find one. It has been a while since I've rid one as
And
well.
they're getting hard to come by, especially around our way.
Come by.
Come by.
They're harder to come by. That's not even a
My
word.
own words, don't I? Anyway, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 as well. I think Honda done a really good job.
I'd recommend it if you're in the market for this kind of bike.
Yeah. Shit.
That's right.
I gotta take this.
That's fine.
I only put it on speakerphone because my earpiece don't work.
That's fine.
Otherwise, I think it's a bit rude when people do that usually. But
I didn't know it was on speakerphone, if I'm honest.
yeah. Oh. Okay.
I just thought it was a loud phone because you're old. Oh, another thing, the horn button I kept hitting.
I did hear you peep the horn a few times.
It was to cancel the
the indicators.
the indicators. And it was just, the horn is exactly where the indicator was on the Speedy.
It's
so
the opposite way around, isn't it? Yeah.
That's a me problem. Looking at
I don't know about you. I don't know where you're going to fit this bit in with the reel, but did you get much buffering from it? Because I thought, considering it's naked, I don't know whether can you count that as a bit of fairing. I thought that did good. This did a good job of keeping it off my legs.
Do you know what?
I didn't really get much buffering.
Up the top.
Yeah, at the top.
Weird you should say that because I didn't feel like I was riding a semi-naked bike.
Yeah.
For me, it felt more faired.
Right. Yeah, that was my comment. Had my GoPro been working,
Yeah.
that was one thing I noticed when I was riding it.
I thought that worked well.
Yeah.
But you thought it was on the top a bit.
No, I didn't think at all. No, I thought it was really good.
For me, it felt like I was riding a faired bike.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Even the fact that there's not even a screen and the clocks are quite low.
Oh, I see. I thought we were disagreeing. Okay.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah.
I never even thought about mentioning that.
Sure, I'm going to give it 9 stars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a confidence boosting bike for somebody who doesn't have 10, 20 years experience.
I'll tell you who this would fit as well. Someone who hasn't been riding for a long time. So you've had like 5, 10 years out.
Yes.
And you want to start riding again. You don't want to go to something that's small, but you also don't want to throw yourself into something that's going to end in a widowmaker.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Born again biker, yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't ridden
Perfect.
for 30 years,
Yeah.
bikes obviously have changed a lot in 30 years.
Massively. Because the performance of this would be something like 1,000
Yeah, easily, yeah.
20 years ago.
Like,
Maybe not 20, but 30 years
My
ago.
brother's got a 1989 ZX10,
Yeah.
and like it doesn't, even though it's 1000cc, this is a much smoother, quicker ride.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Would recommend.
So there we go. Hopefully you like this review. It is our first of this kind, so please bear with us. We hope to do more of these reviews, and we're not really sure about the setup, so we're just winging it at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're doing a good job at winging it.
Yeah. I'll make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I can piece a semi-decent video together from the wreckage of what we have.
This is our first one though, in this format.
Yeah,
so
I mean, actually, this might not go out because it might not be. It might actually be too dull.
it's not going to be too dull. No, it's going to be
might be.
fine. It's going to be fine, mate.
Thank you very much for watching. Till the next time, peace.